here with Emeline, a designer with many talents, and we're at Africa Fashion Week London. And you can see that she's stunning. She designs textiles as well as graphics. And I just want to welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me.
So, I want to talk about natural hair. How long have you been natural?
So I've only actually been natural for maybe like 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. Right, from when I was younger, I used to get like my hair shaved off, and then everyone was like, can't deal with it. So then they relaxed my hair from when I was about, how old? Maybe 8. I remember in 2000 I was 10, yeah, and I had like a straight bob, and I was like liking, and it was always about, you know, trying to get it to swoosh.
But at 8, I know like my niece, she's 6 now, and she likes the twists because she can like do a flick, right?
Yeah, it was all about the flick.
So at 8, you were happy to flick?
I wanted to. But you know what? I remember it being in the car and my stepmom like saying to me, we're going to relax your hair. And me being like, so what is that going to be like? And it's like, no, it'll be nice and straight. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that would be cute. And then like, it was literally always trying to attain for that perfect straight hair. Right. And I was never happy because I liked the volume, but I wanted it straight. So like, I used to come out like pancakes. Right. And I used to like go like this, and it was a nightmare.
So what made you decide to go natural?
Well, when I was in my sort of first year of uni, I would say that it was a huge, it's so cliche to say it was a huge transformation, but it was. Like, I think I kind of was away from everything and decided to think, you know, who am I? Okay. And I kind of started to go towards a more natural approach, like for everything, just food, and like go more organic. Okay. And I actually, I actually came, it's a bit, what's the word, intimate to say, but I actually came off the pill. Okay. And I basically got really, really bad skin. Okay. And I was like, right, okay, no more chemicals. So I started cutting everything out, like anything that wasn't organic. It was a complete lifestyle change. And I thought, hold on a minute, I'm putting these chemicals on my hair. And I remember saying to a friend of mine, I really want to see what it's like, just cut all my hair off. And she actually laughed at me down the phone. And I said to myself, hold on a minute, I'm going to do it.
So you actually chopped all your hair off?
Well, yeah, it was about this short. Okay. And I remember, like, I had bad skin and, like, short hair. And I was just, like, the most awkward. It was, like, teenager years, but, like, you know, at uni. Yeah, and I just decided to just leave it.
And then it grew out.
And it grew out.
See, because I was doing my eyebrows the other day, and a lady asked me, so how did I become natural, right? And I'm like, I didn't become. I've always been like this. She's like, no. But did you cut it or did you put braids in? And I'm like, no, I think you're misunderstanding. Because clearly there's a trend now that everyone wants to be natural. So it's like the cool thing. So I think everyone assumes that if you have natural hair, then it's because you're on trend. When I was 13, I begged my dad to cream my hair. Begged him. I was like, Dad, please, can I relax my hair, please? And I mean, clearly we shouldn't use the term good hair, right? But my father was like, no, I gave you good hair, so it's never been creamed. And I'm really happy he did, because I'm not a hair person, so it probably broken out anyway. But what do you think has brought this trend on? Why are people all of a sudden trying to have curly, kinky hair? And it's like, I love my kinky, and it's cute.
I don't know. I think it's interesting because it's almost like a movement that happened all at the same time. Right. Like, I would say Chris Rock doing his documentary on good hair probably brought it forward. But I think it's also the fact that, you know, Europe economically is kind of not doing so well. And I think people are starting to think, right, okay, so for as long as, you know, as we've been here, and everyone's always like, oh, Europe, it's amazing. And everyone's actually, well, no, it's not. Okay. So I feel like, obviously this is generalization, I feel like everybody's kind of looking back. Okay. And the economy is doing pretty well. Right. Things are thriving in some of the countries in Africa. Sure. And I think that people are kind of starting, back to my roots, Okay. And I actually did a dissertation, my dissertation, even though I did fashion at uni, I was like, you know, I'm really interested in natural hair and finding out why do people actually want to relax their hair, because I did so much research, and I think at the time I was like, but I don't understand, like, if people look back at the history and the politics behind it, I don't think people would want to have straight hair now if they understood why black people wanted to have had straight hair back then.
In the day.
So then
why did people want straight hair back in the day?
It was mostly to look like, obviously, they're slave owners.
Okay. And you don't think that that's related to modern times? It's not slave owners, but it's still that aspirational image of blonde hair. And people
would shoot me down for saying this because I was very like, when I was doing my dissertation.
Right.
Now I'm a bit like, you know, everyone has their own choice,
Okay.
and I understand. But I do think, yeah, you're aspiring, it's not unnatural hair. And people say, yeah, but it's easier, I can do what I want, it's fashion.
Okay.
But then a lot of the times those people also say, oh, natural hair, like,
Right.
and
See, that's
it's
my thing. I think
hard.
it's more about a mentality. I mean, I took out a Brazilian 20-inch this morning, right, out of my hair. And
Yeah.
I think I had it for 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, I don't see anything wrong with you wanting to change your look. For a period, you want something new. I mean, when it rains and my hair goes curly, when I straighten it, so at least you have some Brazilian lady that she loaned you with a good heart, I
Yeah.
hope, and you can rock it. And it's a cute thing. But I think when you define yourself by your straight hair, I know some women will not be seen without it long and, you know, gorgeous and wavy. And so how do you think that hair defines a woman?
ooh, that's quite a hard question, isn't it? How does
Or maybe you
hair-
don't think so.
I don't think it does.
Okay.
But I do see that people have. Maybe we don't feel like, you know, personally, I don't feel my hair defines me, you know, or other people might not feel their own hair defines them, but I think other people define them.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's like,
So people are judging their
people are
hairstyle.
judging, yeah, in accordance to how your hair looks. Yeah, I think so.
So what do you think natural hair says about someone? From the outside, not necessarily how
From,
they feel.
yeah, how they feel. I
Yeah.
think from the outside, when like, if guys or, you know, trying to like, hey, sister, and I'm like, hey, how are
Right.
you? And it's like, well, actually, that might not be how that person is.
Sure.
But I think people would say, okay, natural hair, the person is confident in themselves,
Okay.
they know who they are. Because I'll be honest, when I started to go natural, it was a bit of a nightmare. And I was like, what's this wild hair doing? And I can't just straighten it and it does what I want. Like,
Right.
it just, one minute it wants to be a bit longer, next minute it just wants to shrink for no reason.
Right.
And I think it's kind of learning to accept yourself instead of fighting your natural hair.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with your natural hair, not in regards to weaves.
Right.
I think that's like a separate thing.
Right. And leading off from what you just said about learning how to manage it, can you tell me and people what is your routine like? How do you take care of your hair?
I would say I probably wash my hair once or twice a week. If
Okay.
it's dry, I'd wash it twice because it actually does need water.
Right.
Growing up, everyone's like, don't put water on your hair. Actually, your hair needs the moisture.
Right.
And I wash it at the moment with Shea Moisture.
Okay.
The yellow one, very good, very conditioning, and I don't know why I never used it before.
Right.
And I use their deep treatment hair mask as well.
Okay.
A very good friend of mine has told me about Moroccan oil.
Okay.
So I
argan
have,
oil.
yeah. So I have actually been using that on and off. But do you know what? Actually, this week I washed my hair with a clay mask.
Okay.
Right.
That's usually for your face.
Usually for your face, yeah. Clay
But now
mask.
we're using it for hair.
Well, you know what? I read the back, and it's the Gassoul
Okay.
version, which is what Moroccan women use.
Okay.
And I was like, well, they have very soft hair. It's the softest my hair has ever been.
Really?
I'm not even kidding you.
So everyone are rocking clay masks on hair.
Honestly,
I'm about to go do that.
it's like Gassoul. Don't obviously let it dry.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just try it. I was like, why not?
So
I
we
thought-
just put it in.
Yep, you leave it in, and it says long enough for you to have a shower. Don't let it dry. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, quick shower, thinking I don't want it to dry, you
Right,
know.
and then wash it
And
out.
I washed it out. My curls were so curly.
Okay.
And after, I normally use the Shea Moisture curling enhancer,
Right.
which is a bit gluey, so sometimes I like lay off.
Right.
And Mixed Chicks.
Oh, I
leave-in
know Mixed
conditioner.
Chicks.
It's very cute, but after I used the clay mask, it
Right.
actually made my curls a little bit less defined.
Okay.
The clay made it very defined.
Okay.
I came out and I was like, wow, like I could feel like most curls.
Right.
And then I use shea butter to seal everything in.
Okay.
And after that, I will either section it in 4,
Right.
and then like just do big bantu knots if
Yep.
I can't be bothered, or I
And
will
bantu knots is what we call China bombs.
China bombs. Yep, bantu knots, China bombs,
Right.
any kind of lumps.
And then you sleep overnight.
Sleep overnight.
Take it out.
Yeah, or I'll do twists.
Okay.
Like sometimes about 8 in my head,
okay.
or maybe more, and then like stretch it to the other side of your head because it makes it longer.
Okay.
And I sometimes, if I make it look kind of like cute, not like I've tried to just straighten my
Right.
extended my hair,
Right.
I will go to work with it
Okay.
for one day,
Right.
and then next morning take them out,
them out.
and it's a bit more sort of defined.
Okay.
Because if I leave it to dry natural, it just goes.
Got it. Got it. Well, thank you very much for talking to us about natural hair and how you feel about the movement and all that jazz. And I hope to speak to you again soon.
Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.